Hello. I've started this video a couple of times. I feel really weird about filming right now. I don't know why. I don't know. I think it's the topic. Like at first I thought it was the fact that there are people in the next room and that feels awkward, but I'm starting to think it's the topic. I feel like very nervous right now. I don't know why. Okay, you guys are my friends. That's fine. All right. I want to talk about whether you should fake it till you make it on social media. And my disclaimer is that this is not a video for people who are trying to make content for fun. This has nothing to do with you. This is for people who are trying to start or grow a business. And by business, I just mean like YouTubers, influencers, people who are in like sales, marketing, coaching, that kind of business. So I'm taking this free training by James Wedmore. It's like a marketing class. And he was saying that entrepreneurs need to really evaluate the industry that they're going into and see what they're doing wrong and do the opposite of that. And I immediately thought about authenticity. If we've been friends on YouTube for a while now, you know that that's something that's near and dear to my heart. But I just have noticed that there are a lot of people creating online content that really just show one dimension of themselves, and it's like appears very perfect and beautiful. So I wanted to make a video to tell you why I believe you should not fake it till you make it on social media. The number one thing is I believe that being authentic will help your audience to accept themselves. We've all subscribed to YouTube channels, IG accounts, signed up for newsletters, etc. from people who really appear to have their ish together. And they seem to communicate by their content that they've unlocked the mysteries of happiness, success, and confidence. If we subscribe to their channel, join their program, read their book, they will hand down their secrets to us. The reality is that none of us nail it all the time with confidence or motivation or decision making. The struggle isn't a reason to quit. It's like a necessary part of changing your life or growing in any capacity. When we can be honest about our own experience, it empowers our audience to understand that the things that they're dealing with is part of a natural human experience. It's not like a genetic defect in their DNA. I also think being authentic will establish a deeper connection with your audience. Think about someone that you know online, and even though you've never met in person, you feel like that person gets you. Like if you got to meet them, y'all would totally be best friends. This works for like superficial things like, oh, we both like the same coffee, or we both are like really interested in fitness, but it primarily works about deeper issues. I'll never forget the time in my life when I was really struggling with my faith. And I felt like everyone around me was kind of indicating that if you're struggling with your faith or you're having doubts or questions, then that means that you're like not a real Christian and that you're broken in some way. And I came across Rachel Held Evans, and she was the first person that I read that expressed the same doubts and said that it was okay and that God was big enough to handle our questions and our doubts. And that I just felt so seen and understood, and like I had permission, instead of beating myself up all the time, to like think those thoughts and have those questions and go through it and not feel guilty and ashamed all the time. That was so powerful to me, and it really pivoted my life. So if we think about the people who show up in online spaces and they allow us to get to know them, like I'm thinking of your Austin Channing Browns, your Jen Hatmaker, Carlos Rodriguez, the Queen, Brene Brown. These are people who inspire us by their victories, but it's their openness about their struggle which really causes us to identify with them. I'm not talking about oversharing. That's a topic for a whole nother video. But I'm talking about if you create content that inspires, yes, and like shows a way and gives a structure or a formula for something that has helped you, but you also share the real messy deal that like no matter what, we're all gonna struggle in some way. That is going to allow you to form valuable and deep connections with people who really need to hear what you have to say. The truth is, most people are unwilling to put themselves out there, and you can't blame them. It feels terrible. It feels terrible and hard and awkward. And we don't like to admit that we don't have it all together or that we struggle in certain areas. But I'm willing to bet that there are people whose content you consume, not because it's perfect or you think that they have it all together, but because the things that they struggle with, you struggle with. You identify with that, and that makes you feel like it's okay and like you're seen. They only made you feel that way by being vulnerable in their content. The deal is, there are people who need what you specifically have to offer. So many people are feeling unseen and are dealing with issues which they want help with. There's something about the authentic you that will draw them out and make them feel equipped to take the next step on their journey forward. Don't take it lightly, and don't think you can make real connection or make real change without being the real you. So that's my case for being authentic on social media. I know that it feels really horrible at first to try to be more real and not project that you have it all together. But if you practice, you'll get better at it. And it's never, I don't think, going to feel like easy, because the people who do it and who do it so well, and they've been doing it for a long time, they'll admit that it's difficult for them to come out and say what they need to say. But I think we're all getting to the point where we're done with the fakeness, like this idea that if I can show you how perfect I am, it'll make you feel bad about yourself, and then you'll want what I have to offer. That's played out. I think we all see through it now, and the sooner that you can just push yourself to that next level of being a little bit more real in your content, I think the more connections you're gonna build, the more people you're gonna help, and the more successful you'll be ultimately. I just want you to know that I love you and I'm rooting for you. And if you have questions or advice for me and for other people who are really seeking to do this well, leave it in the comments below. This is something really great to talk about. Talk to you later. Bye.